hey, let me show you something cool, all right? Yeah, I'm sitting with these birds here. I was very careful to avoid bird poop as I sat, but I'm right outside the Toronto Reference Library, and this video is gonna be sick because I'm gonna talk about how emotions and love is more important than knowledge, more important than logic, more important than rationality, more important than science and math and all that mumbo jumbo. You see, check this out, it's so cool. All right, now, when you see these birds, does it trigger any emotion in you? Does it trigger love in you? Right, so you see this little cute bird, all like, you know, just like that. It's so lovely, right? Now, there's nothing I can say to logically make you love these birds. You understand? Like, when you see a dog, right? You see any animal, or you see a human being, or you see, like, you watch a movie that's like an emotional movie, or you read a history book, or you read some science book, or whatever you read, and it triggers some emotion in you, right? Or you see your relative, some family member, a friend, your girlfriend, your wife, or you see anything that's beautiful and pretty and lovely, right? It triggers this emotion in you. There is no way, I believe, that you can deconstruct this emotion. Now, maybe in the future, because I know, it's brain circuitry is how we get these emotions. Love can be deconstructed into some synaptic processing in different parts of the brain, right? That's a theory, and it's probably true. But in the moment right now, I have no way of deconstructing that body consciousness. And that's what I keep telling you over and over and over. So, this morning I was at ECE, it's an early childhood education information session. And outside there was a strike of teachers who are not getting paid. They are not teaching. Students are not being able to take exams, and everyone's on strike indefinitely. Why? So I asked this guy named Andrew, he's an English teacher outside, and he said it's because it's very precarious, meaning the temporary teachers, like the substitute teachers, the temporary teachers, the part-time teachers, they don't know if they're gonna have a job next semester. They don't know if they're gonna have a job, a few months down the road, because what George Brown wants to do, which is the college I'm gonna attend in January, is they wanna have as many part-time teachers as possible. Why? Because when a teacher climbs up the tier to the next level, that teacher has to get paid more by the university, by the college. So they don't want a lot of, it's called a part-time, then there's another, and then there's full-time. They don't want full-time teachers because they have to pay them like $30 an hour, and part-time teachers, they only have to pay like $18 an hour, or whatever the hell it is, $20 an hour. So that's what the strike is all about. They're trying to get the cocksucker MBAs and the other administrative management people to not think about money and start thinking about the education of the next generation. Good luck with that, George Brown. Now, this is what I'm gonna say. This video is gonna be about, like I said, emotions, and how emotions have to be utilized and leveraged in order to take the right risks, in order to make the right decisions, in order to get to your goals. Now, I'm gonna give you two stories about my own personal history, which are gonna explain how I used emotions in the moment, or I help someone use emotion in the moment to get what they want in a very lovely and authentic way. So my first example is with one of my friends. He had his driver's license expire. Okay, this was in another, it was in one of the states in the US. So his driver's license expired, and the DPS, Department of Public Safety in Texas, wouldn't supply him another license. Why? Because he doesn't have a social security card. He doesn't have, legal status in the United States, because his shit is still processing. Lawyers are still processing his shit. So he asked all of his other friends, he asked his family members, and there was no response. There was no solution, right? Because he needs his driver's license to drive to work. He needs his driver's license to drive to school, to get groceries, to do anything in life. Let me make sure my bag is not on some bird poop. No, it's fine. So what does he do? He calls me and he's like, Farhan, what do I do? I need a driver's license, and logically, rationally, mathematically, according to the rule books, there is no way to get that license. So what did I tell him? You know, I thought for about 30 seconds, and I said, this is what you do, man. Go to an unknown neighborhood in Texas, right? So unknown, like some villagey type place, which still has the Department of Public Safety in it. And what you do is you wear your best suit. You wear like very tight, slim fitted Armani suit, from his wedding. And you get a briefcase, a really, professional, like whatever, Michael Kors or whatever the hell type briefcase. You don't even have to have anything in there. Just have that and walk inside, and you're gonna get your license. And I didn't know why. Like, the logic of it was like, maybe they'll think he's like a businessman and he's doing good for the village. Maybe it's gonna be okay because he's rich. Maybe like something like that. He might invite them to a party. I have no idea. But that's what I told him. Why did I tell him that? Emotionally. It's because people's emotions have an expectation, right? So when someone comes in wearing a certain type of clothing, a certain type of fashion, a certain type of style, you assume that person is something. You assume, and by you I mean your emotions, assume that person has a certain status, has a certain type of life, has a certain value to give to the world. So he went to this unknown place in Texas with a suit on and a briefcase. He goes inside. Hello, how are you? Usually at the DPS in where he lives in Texas, in a major city, they would say, sorry sir, you need to have a valid social security card or some kind of citizenship document, or we can't give you this renewed driver's license. So he goes in there and he's like, hello, I would like to renew my license. So they're like, sir, do you have anything to prove your identity? To prove whatever. So he's like, yeah, actually, I have my ID card. He had like some random ID card, and I'm sorry, I got my wallet stolen recently. This is all the stuff I told him to say. I got my wallet stolen recently, and I'm sorry, but this is all I have, and I really need my license because I need to go to work and I need to drive. Without looking at any rules, right? Without following the logic and mathematizing and scientificating all this, they said, okay, no problem, sir. We'll make an exception. Just make sure that you find your wallet and everything is okay. They gave him the driver's license. He got the renewal the day of. That's example number one. Let me tell you an example about RSD Ozzie. So this happened in Vegas. It was during Vegas immersion. So I was assisting Ozzie at a boot camp. By the way, Ozzie's boot camps are amazing. Fear technology, fantastic. So we had this 47-year-old dude from the Yukon territory, probably virgin. Okay, very shy, very socially. He was anxious. He was miscalibrated, very scared. He cried 7 times the first night of boot camp. Now, Ozzie can't handle that, right? Ozzie doesn't have much patience for these things. He was just like, what the fuck, this asshole 47-year-old dumbass. Farhan, can you take care of this guy? I'm like, yes, I can, and I would love to. So now, I didn't use logic or math or any of that. I was just super nice to him and gave him my positive energy during the night, right? So when we would approach, I would say, hey man, it's all good. Hey man, hey look, everyone's our friend. Look, everyone's our friend around. Everyone's so positive. Everyone's so happy to be here in Excess, or no, we were in Excess the first night, and then we went to Marquee, or I don't even remember, maybe Hakkasan. Anyway, so he became really happy, and he started approaching, and he started talking, and he started hooking, and then Ozzie came up to me. He's like, Farhan, what the hell did you do? And I was like, I was just nice to him. Like, I used my emotions, my positive energy, and through empathy and through just positive, just the vibration, he became positive and he became happy, right? So the point is, the emotions of it are what allowed him to gain a body consciousness, right? A body energy, a body rhythm to carry him through the night and be positive, right? And then that night, it was like 4 a.m. We had 9 a.m. was when Summit started the next day. And Ozzie's talk was around like 11 or noon, I don't remember. And Ozzie said, he comes up to me after boot camp during debrief. He's like, Farhan, that was fucking brilliant. I don't know what you did. I have no idea, but it was amazing. I would like you to present tomorrow and tell everyone at Summit for 20 minutes before I go up, I meaning Ozzie, before Ozzie goes up, tell everyone exactly what you did because everyone needs to gain this value. So I presented for the first time in Summit that year. This was 2014 at Summit. It was amazing. I was wearing this pink shirt. Madison stood up, gave me a standing ovation. Then everyone stood up after. And for 20 minutes before Ozzie's talk, I did that. And I didn't even prepare, right? Ozzie told me at around 5 a.m., like 4:45 a.m. after boot camp and after debrief. And then I presented at like 9 a.m. the next morning. And when Ozzie was telling me this, zero fear, zero hesitation. I was like, I'll do it, Ozzie. And thank you. I am so fortunate to have you. And thank you so much for letting me present at Summit. And I did that. It was so fucking brilliant. And I took that risk. I got out of my comfort zone and I got a standing ovation. It was really, really fun. And I have RSD to thank for that. Thank you, RSD. Thank you, Ozzie. Love you guys. And if you look at these two things, so this morning when I was at George Brown and they were doing all these petition shit, all this strike shit, I told them, I'm like, are you guys creating social media awareness? Are you getting viral videos out, like viral podcasts out? Where are the interviews at? Why isn't someone like newsing you right now? Where are the YouTube videos? Why are you guys just holding this up? Only like 3 people are gonna see you on the street. Why don't you let millions of people see you? Look at this guy. This guy's really close to me, isn't it? This guy's too. Yeah, why don't you do that, right? Because then you use emotions and you leverage emotions to have those cocksucker MBAs make the right choice and give these part-time teachers a promise so they are certain about their future and so they have security when it comes to teaching the next semester. But again, they're trying to use logic, right? They're trying to say, if we petition, if we hold this board outside, somehow the MBAs are gonna listen. Somehow the administration, the authority is gonna listen. It ain't gonna happen because strikes happen all the time. And the thing that really changes people is emotion, right? Triggering this, like triggering fear, triggering hope. But remember, all of this is done in a very authentic way because these teachers want to teach these students. They want the students to not just do nothing. Like the students couldn't take their exam, right? If I started in September, right now, I wouldn't be able to take my first semester exam or my first term exam or like a first 7-week exam. I wouldn't be able to take that. That would suck, right? And some people's placements could get messed up. Some people's educational vibe, like the focus, the concentration could get messed up. And they don't give a fuck, right? Because they're trying to maximize money instead of maximizing value, maximizing education, maximizing leadership, and maximizing the good of the future generation. So I told them that. Make viral videos, use emotion. It's probably not gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. When I become a teacher and when I get up there, I'm gonna be doing this shit because Toronto, my friend, is the city where you can be free, where you can express yourself freely and have fun and enjoy, okay? Oh, we're at 14 minutes, nice. Anyway, this is Farhan. If you haven't added yourself to the Facebook group, it's Biggest Balls in the Game, balls with a Z. Remember to think about body consciousness, think about your body energy, let it happen. Trust the fact that you're 3 billion years of evolution. Trust that. Trust the fact that life on Earth started 3 billion years ago and you have that in you. You've evolved, right? So trust that body. Don't trust some logic or some conditioning that society gave you in the last 20 years of your life or 40 years of your life or 80 years of your life. You feel me? Good. That's it for the video. Just to recap. Actually, forget about the recapping. Just thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any comments, I want you to tell me if you've somehow in your life experienced this, that emotion and love and empathy is what won the game for you, or which allowed you to take a certain risk, make the right decision, grow your balls with a Z bigger. Let me know. And share this video all over social media, make it viral, share it with your friends, tell them to come to the channel so they can get the love too. And yeah, subscribe and comment and ask your questions, and I'll answer them as best as I can, as soon as I can. Ciao, and have a good day.